everyone. Thank you for being here and joining this third workshop of UNICHE for the collection of user requirements. I'm Vasilis Tsetsos. I'm representing MoBix, a spin-off company of University of Athens, working with technology in cultural sector and other domains too. Please go to the next slide. Okay. In this third workshop of UNICHE project, you will learn about two tools that are part of the unified UNICHE platform. The first one is iGuide, which is a mobile application used for self-guided tours in order to give the opportunity to have more structured visits to your visitors in cultural spaces. And the second one, presented by our colleague Kelly Papakonstantinou, will be MuseotekBox, which is a interactive device for digital experiences, meaning experiences that combine digital assets, digital storytelling, but also tangible objects, real objects, making it more fun for the activities. In this workshop, you will get familiar with such technologies and what types of experiences you can build with such tools. And we expect that you will provide also some really useful feedback for the requirements for the evolution of these tools. And feedback regarding their features or some more advanced functionality like collaborative features or the involvement of AI support and how they could benefit from some ideas we may have. Okay, next slide. As I said, this is the third webinar. We have another one very interesting webinar tomorrow about AI as your cultural assistant, and next week a webinar about XR experiences, VR, and more immersive media. In these webinars, in general, you will learn about what we are planning to do regarding the UNICHE platform, and you will also have the opportunity to contribute to the design of this platform with your feedback, and to also to stay close to the project and be informed about all news and among others, to maybe get prepared for participating in the open call that will be public in about 1 year from now. Okay, next slide. So this is a very, let's say, an outline of the presentation. First, we will start giving more details about the Cultural Heritage Cloud of the European Commission, the ECHOS project, and also the UNICHE project. And then we will present the two tools I mentioned, together with some use cases to help you understand what can be done with these tools. We'll also present the roadmap for the evolution of these tools in the context of UNICHE. And we'll have some time, hopefully at the end, to make an open discussion, to answer questions you may have or get other feedback. Okay. Okay, so UNICHE is a project that aims to develop a really intuitive and user-friendly platform, which will be technology agnostic. So we combine many different technologies and tools, and it can be considered a black box platform based on the principles of no code, meaning that users do not have to be programmers or to have very deep technology knowledge and skills. This platform will provide a single entry authoring tool so that cultural curators can collaborate and develop interesting cultural heritage experiences. The UNICHE project is a sister project of the ECHOS, and ECHOS deals with the development and the coordination of the Cultural Heritage Cloud, which is a platform designed to provide heritage professionals and researchers with access to data, scientific resources, training, and advanced digital tools tailored to their needs. Okay. So the main objectives of our project is two, let's say. One of them is to design and develop this advanced authoring and unified authoring environment with no-code authoring tools, with collaborative features so that different people can collaborate and produce the experiences, assisted by AI technology and tools where possible in order to make things easier and be more productive. And of course, integrated with the central infrastructure, the ECHOS, and the Cultural Heritage Cloud. On the other hand, a second goal is that by using these tools, curators can generate high value interactive visitor experiences, and these experiences can be built in many different formats like mobile applications, XR, VR applications, web applications, or even phygital, as I described earlier. Okay. The UNICHE project is based on the concept of 4 E's, where the E's are the exhibits, the experience design, the exhibitions, and the evaluation. Starting from below, we have the exhibits, which is the actual cultural content, which maybe until now it is mostly private, let's say, content, but now it is will be channeled through the Cultural Heritage Cloud. And then we have a layer of AI tools and the authoring environment and all these utilities that will help the experience design. Based on this, the experience design of the authoring environment, and based on this environment, curators can create applications for exhibitions, and the use of these applications can be on-site, remote, or of a hybrid mode, let's say. And of course, there is also an evaluation plane where we will provide tools so that the engagement of the visitors and the degree of how much they use and how they use the tools is assessed and provides feedback to curators so that they can improve or adjust the experiences they provide to their audience. Okay, next slide, please. In order to be able to internally, let's say, assess and evaluate the platform and the tools developed in UNICHE, we have three main types of pilots, which is open-air archaeological sites, museum exhibitions and portable exhibitions. So we plan to cover, let's say, a variety of different use cases. And we have four pilot sites, two for the archaeological sites, one in Greece, in Kalapodi, coordinated by the German Archaeological Institute, and another one in the Ugento, Italy, that is coordinated by CNR, and is about the Messapian city walls. For museum exhibitions, we have together with us Museo Galileo in Italy, and we also have the Museum of Architecture in Wrocław, Poland, for demonstrating the applications for portable exhibitions. And apart from this, let's say, internal pilots with consortium partners, we will invite 10 more projects through an open call that will be published about in a year from now. In order to, where we will invite cultural organizations and institutions to design, develop, and deploy interactive experiences using our tools and providing feedback about the added value they get or potential improvements needed and so on. Okay. Okay, so as we already mentioned, UNICHE is a sister project of ECHOS. And when we talk about ECHOS project, we mainly refer to the Cultural Heritage Cloud, or a European Collaborative Cloud for Cultural Heritage, which is the full title. This is a European Union initiative for the creation of a digital infrastructure that will connect cultural heritage institutions and professionals across the EU. It will develop specific digital collaborative tools for the sector while removing barriers for smaller and remote institutions. The goal is to help cultural heritage institutions, research organizations, and other professionals of all sizes and types to work with their digital objects in a more visibly interconnected, harmonized, and informed way, allowing them to successfully cope with the challenges that the digital transition poses to them. Okay. The Cultural Heritage Cloud built by ECHOS is anchored in the principles of open science, which promotes inclusion and democratizes access to knowledge and digital assets for all. The digital ecosystem will allow for the creation of a new generation of heritage objects, the so-called digital commons. You can see in the middle of this diagram, which are semantically rich and collectively produced. Upon completion of ECHOS, it will provide a unified platform to integrate the outcomes of EU and national projects related to cultural heritage. So it is actually a vision of European Commission for the evolution of the digital cultural heritage domain. Okay, next slide. This is the actual ecosystem of ECHOS. ECHOS is the central coordinator for this cultural heritage cloud. And it leads a growing ecosystem of sister projects funded under Horizon Europe framework to develop specialized tools and use cases for this cloud platform. So there are, you can see some numbers here. There are several sister projects, and there are also some projects about use cases And through the open calls and cascading funding, a larger number of projects will get also some funding in order to experiment and to add to this platform. Okay, next slide. And here is an overview about the figures about how this initiative is evolving. Currently, there are more than 20 projects in Europe that are active and working on this, with many organizations from more than 30 countries, let's say, in Europe. And the goal is that this ecosystem will reach, let's say, a first milestone of implementation on 2029. Okay, next slide. Okay, so in this workshop, you will not only hear from us, we expect to hear from you, and we would like to get your feedback. And for this purpose, we will use the Mentimeter tool. So there are three ways to connect to it and provide your feedback. One of them is to visit the menti.com website and insert this code you see on the top of the screen. The other one is to scan the QR code, and Anastasia already copied the link for Mentimeter application to the chat of this session. So please take some time to open this application, because in the next phase of this presentation, you will requested to provide some feedback. And in order to get familiar and to warm up, please tell us how are you feeling today. Here in Athens, things are better than yesterday because there was a really heavy rain and some problems. Okay, perfect. I see that is a good mood in this team today. Okay, I'm really happy to see that someone is better than ever. It's very, very good to see that. Okay, and moving to the next question, which is more critical in order to understand what the audience is today. Please share your professional background or title. I think that in most of the webinars we see a real interest from archaeologists. This is something very, very good and interesting. Okay, we have students, people working with museums, librarians. Okay. Okay, very well. Architects. Okay. Okay, maybe we move to the next slide now that we have a better understanding of the synthesis of the audience. And now we'll start presenting the first application, the first tool, let's say, which is how we call it is iGuide, and is a mobile a framework for building mobile applications for cultural organizations. No, no, maybe we show this video later on, Anastasia, in the use cases section. Okay. Okay, so this application and framework is about building self-guided tours. Okay, what are these? These are tours that you can have in a cultural space, assisted by an application that is executed in your mobile device, a smartphone or tablet or something. And through these applications, the visitor can get more information and enhance her experience. In general, these applications are more basic, let's say, tools. Are tools that give more information, let you learn more about the exhibits, the space, and so on, and provide some content. And they are not targeting, let's say, very dynamic or interactive digital storytelling experiences. Like, for example, other tools that are part of the UNICHE project, like StoryMaker from Athena Research Center, that are more focused on the interactive storytelling part. However, even these more basic tools, they have an added value for organizations because they can provide personalized exploration of the spaces. They can visit the experience. They can enhance the experience of the visit through providing richer media to the visitor. They do not need very special hardware. You just have to use your mobile phone. They can also typically they are used before the visit, but also after the visit. Before the visit, in order to get some information about the place and some logistics details, or to be prepared about what you will see there. And after the visit, they can be used in order to boost sharing of the experience through social media and other means, let's say, of communication. And one key aspect of the personalization and functionality I mentioned is, of course, inclusiveness and accessibility, because they can provide an accessible way based on each user profile to access content about a space. Okay, next slide. We can say that we can have two main categories of such applications. One is for open spaces, like open archaeological sites, city districts, thematic parks, and so on. In this category, the content is usually location aware, so it's about points of interest in the place. And there is some method to track the position of the user. For example, GPS, functionality, and so on. And in general, in these types of applications, the content is pushed to the user based on events. For example, when the user is on a specific location, as detected by GPS, then he or she gets notified about additional content, and they consume it. On the other side, when we have indoor spaces like museums, libraries, monuments, and so on, the content is more related to the exhibits. And since it is not very easy in indoor spaces to have localization of the user, and usually the user asks for the content, for example, scans some QR codes to get more information about a specific exhibit and so on. Okay, let's move forward. And here you can see some typical examples. Maybe maybe most of you have already used such applications, for example, as Zoom audio guides or city guides, or let's say applications for following touristic walking routes and so on. Okay. Um, the basic features that are available today are this list. So this application can provide general information about the space, the institution, the collections, and everything. It can provide pre and post visit information, logistics information, visitor info, details about opening hours, for example, tickets, and all these things. Usually they have interactive maps where you can see the points of interest and click and get more information. They visualize thematic routes or sub-collections in the space. The application has a functionality that supports scanning QR codes in order to see specific content. The content can be served and enhanced through audio narration that is either generated by text-to-speech engines, or it can be pre-recorded audio. And the content can be also rich, like 3D content, video, or other types of content. The application enables social sharing, social media, and can have links to e-commerce or merchandise content that is important for the sustainability of the institutions. And lastly, it can have also a calendar of events that are of interest to the visitors. Apart from this, there are some other more advanced features that can be included in such applications. For example, providing location awareness. This can be implemented through GPS or proximity-based localization methods. For example, Bluetooth beacons can be used in order to understand when a mobile phone with the Bluetooth enabled is close to an exhibit. Personalization of routes or recommendation of content, and this can be based on various criteria like the personal interests of the visitor, the available time for the visit, or the age. Gamified activities and let's say quick games like quizzes or treasure hunts in the space. The inclusion of conversational agents like talking avatars, chatbots, and things, and even some digital souvenirs where, for example, the visitors can discover as they explore the space, they can discover and unlock premium content that would be available only for them and not for someone that did not visit the space, for example. Okay. These are the features that these were the features that the end user can get and use, and all of this is supported by a fully featured authoring tool. This is very similar to the administration environment that most, for example, websites have. Where the authors and the curators can edit all this information, for example, edit points of interest, add let's say translations of content, edit the routes and the paths of the map. They can manage multimedia content, see statistics of how the application is used, have some utilities for a mass import or export of the content, or edit the events on the calendar. The roadmap for this application within UNICHE is to, of course, to integrate it with the Cultural Heritage Cloud so that it can directly, let's say, get content through this channel, and make it a more do-it-yourself platform where users, curators, we mean, can select and customize the theme and the look and feel of the application based on the branding of their institution, but also based on the type of information they want to provide to the visitors, and be able to add all this content and edit the content, and this will be assisted by the AI tools of UNICHE, and be able to export it to the target applications that will be accessible by the visitors, being mobile or even some web versions of them. And of course, use all other unique tools for media editing and for authoring. Okay, so again, we will please go to the Mentimeter application. And first of all, let us know if you have any experience with such application, either use it in your organization, or if you use application as a user. Okay, we can see that most of the people have some experience. And if you work as a professional in a cultural institution, do you offer such applications to your visitors? Okay, it is interesting, let's say, to see that even if these applications are, as I said, more basic and more easy to develop and to provide to the visitors, it seems that from your responses, it seems that even today, not all organizations have, let's say, endorsed such applications. If one reason for this, maybe we can discuss later on, is the difficulty to manage and maintain such application, then we hope that UNICHE will provide a solution to this and make it more easy and cost effective, of course, to maintain them. And please share your opinion. We have three main, let's say, perspectives here. First one is that we do not want visitors to deal with their mobile phones and apps while being on the place. The second one is that, okay, mobile applications and guides are useful because they can provide more access. And the third one is that they may be usable only for specific types of audience, like children, disabled, the visitors, and so on.
For this this template, you can choose either 1, 2, 3. You don't need to choose everything, and you can rank them in between each other.
Okay, I'm really happy to see that the third option is not the preferred one, because otherwise we have to stop the webinar right now.
Let's stop all the series, I think.
All the series. Okay, so the UNICHE project will continue implementation. Okay, thank you very much for the feedback. And if you could, let's say, be autonomous in a way that you can have such an application, you can edit and update the content in such application, would you use this possibility and functionality in order to do this, to update the content, to give different types of content to the users, maybe adapt to the exhibitions you have, or to different topics you want to share with the visitors? because nowadays, at least in Greece, in most of the cases, even organizations that have such types of applications, they build it, they publish it, they make it available to the audience, but they usually do not, let's say, maintain or update it with new content. And one reason is that it is not easy and it needs also technical skills and so on. Okay.
And it surprises me that a lot of people would like to very often change the content. It's very interesting.
Yeah, and I think that this is very important because if you have digital tools, one opportunity they give you is to be more flexible. And this is a target, I think, also for all this ecosystem to provide these tools so that organizations can adapt and change in order to meet the requirements for their audience or to create new experiences. Okay, now moving to some use cases from real world examples we have so far with the current version, let's say. The first use case is you can see a short video about it.
Let me make a full screen if you don't mind. And
so yes, it's an application for the music library of Greece, for example. This is called the path of the composers. And as you enter the library, there are posters with music tabs from specific important composers. And you can scan with a QR code and go to this application. And you can hear a music track. And then you are invited to respond to a quiz. And you can check your knowledge about the composer and so on, and get additional information about the composer. And this is, let's say, some simple kind of a gamified experience, a tour, so that you can have let's say, the motivation to visit all 10, let's say, stations within the music library in order to learn about all these 10 key composers. Okay. Okay, we explained this. Let's move to the next one. Okay. A second example is a mobile application for the Archaeological Museum of Agios Nikolaos in Crete. And there users, we have installed Bluetooth beacons in specific exhibits. So users, as they approach them, they are getting notified through push notifications on the mobile phone. And then they can see more information about the exhibits, information that is not possible to show within the museum for space limitations, purposes, or other reasons. And they can also listen a narration about describing the exhibits in their language. Okay. And in open spaces, we have an application for the Ionian Islands in the west of Greece. There, users can explore thematic routes, touristic routes. This can be sailing, walking, historical routes, gastronomy routes, and so on. And once they visit some points of interest in these paths, these are marked in their application, and they get some badges if they complete the routes. So there is a kind of incentive in order to follow the routes and explore the island. Okay. So again, let's see some questions we have. From all these different use cases or other that you may have experienced in the past, which of them do you find most useful? For example, using such applications as audio guides, which is the most basic, let's say, use and most typical use, or for providing games for younger audience, children, or as a treasure hunt, or as an application for people with disabilities, or for helping you follow routes in open spaces. Okay.
Yes, I think we had a small lag in the responses. We're just waiting for Mentimeter to start again. So far, we have more than half responses coming all at once. Maybe participants took a little bit of time to read out all the options. Vasilis, I let you live interpret a little bit.
Okay. Okay, we see that the location where, let's say, exploration of the spaces seems to be important, either as a proximity-based or guided routes. Okay, and more advanced, let's say, features that may need also some scenario like a gamification, a treasure hunts, and things like this are a little bit more sophisticated, let's say, and need more curation. So, okay, if you know some applications, or you have used some applications, or you have developed some applications like this, you can provide their names or the organizations. They provide them so that we can check with them. Many organizations around Europe, and of course globally, have provided so far such applications with different functionality.
I suspect when you're referring, Vasilis, to similar interesting apps, you're referring to mobile apps when you visit a museum
Correct.
that you
Or
can access QR codes inside the museum and have more information, or other navigational apps that you have like thematic tours where have you mentioned before, either only, do you refer only in the mobile version, not in the desktop, right?
yes, usually we focus on the mobile applications that may be available and help you, let's say, get more out of your visit, and get more content, more information, or see things that you cannot see in the actual space. Okay, so we have some examples.
I see people are recollecting the spaces that they have seen,
Yeah. Okay,
mostly.
this is also very useful, because we can trace through the spaces. You can trace the applications and check them. Okay, thank you very much for your feedback.
Okay, let's
Very
move
interesting.
on.
Okay, and that's all from me. I hope you get let's say, more familiar to this tool, and in the next months you will, if you stay tuned with the project, you will learn more about this tool and the evolution of this tool and how you can use it. So I will pass the floor to Kelly to present another very interesting tool called MuseotekBox. Okay, thank you very much.
Hello, everyone. I'm Kelly Papakonstantinou from Museotech, an affiliated company of Unisystems. And as part of the UNICHE project, we will be contributing with the MuseotekBox, a tool we are really excited to share with you today. Next slide. But before we dive into the MuseotekBox, let's take a step back and talk about the kind of experience behind it. When we say phygital interactive storytelling, we're really talking about mixing physical object with digital content. In simple terms, visitors aren't passive observers, so they touch, move, explore, and interact with the real object within the space. In cultural heritage context, this allows everyone to explore stories based on their own interests at their own pace. This leads to stronger engagement, emotional connection, and more inclusive experiences. But let's now move from theory to practice. The MuseotekBox is an interactive device that combines physical objects with digital content to create a fully multimodal experience. Visitors can interact with the box by scanning NFC-enabled objects from the kit, such as cards and 3D replicas like the ones you see in the pictures, custom-made objects, and of course wearables. Based on these interactions, the device responds in different ways, with lights, sounds, audio prompts, or multimedia content like videos and images on a connected screen via the Museotek Cloud platform. And now that we've seen how the box works, let's see how easy it is to set up and use. The device is designed for all kinds of contexts, so schools, museums, cultural organizations, and groups with diverse accessibility needs. And of course, the setup is intentionally simple. It's basically plug and play with 3 simple steps. First, plug in the device, then it connects automatically via Wi-Fi or mobile networks, and finally log into the platform and you are ready to start. This simplicity is crucial for cultural and educational environments where technical issues can often get in the way. Okay? Now, at the core of the experience, there are some simple but powerful interaction triggers. Actions like placing, removing, or scanning objects in a specific sequence can create different responses. This flexibility allows designers to create activities like timelines, cause and effect exercises, or stories that unfold through interactions. The system also supports gamification, where you can show videos, images, sound, or text, or add interactive quiz like multiple choices and true or false questions. It can even track points and progress, encouraging users to complete tasks and engage actively with the story. So next, we will explore the different operation modes, where the device can support the experience formats depending on the space, the audience, and the goals of the institution. So the info point mode turns the box into an autonomous interactive station in the exhibition with minimal or no staff involvement. This can be used for children educational programs or to provide digital content for an artifact maybe. Portable digital museum kit brings the interactive experience outside the exhibition space to schools, hospitals, second chance schools in prison, or even in partner institutions. In personalized tour mode, visitors can have a wearable upon their entry, which they scan on different boxes to unlock content tailored to their profile, allowing a non-linear exploration of the narrative. For example, in a museum like the Galileo Museum, Visitor could choose a character such as Vespucci, Galileo, or a member of the Medici family and experience the exhibition from that point of view. The treasure hunt mode uses multiple boxes, either around the same exhibition or at different partner institutions, with each box providing a part of a puzzle or a challenge that leads to a final reward. And of course, all these modes can be combined together, giving the flexibility to design engaging and dynamic visitor experiences. The next slide. Let's see some of key advantages. One of the biggest strengths is simplicity and flexibility. And as you can see on the slide, the platform is intuitive and user-friendly, so institutions can easily manage content and log in without any hassle. The system can run on its own, often without staff supervision, during daily operation, and Connect can be updated dynamically through the cloud. Cards, object, and even the physical device can be fully customized with 3D printed designs, allowing to visually fit into different exhibition spaces. Now, let's see how all these features come together in a real experience. Before we hit the play, let's take a look at the thumbnail of the video. On the top left corner, you can see the platform window where the multimedia will be displayed. On the table, we have the MuseotekBox, of course, along with a card labeled info about the game. There are true-false cards for answering the activities, a hint card to provide some help when needed, 9 cards representing the 9 muses, and 3 replicas, an ancient Athenian coin, the Parthenon temple, and a replica of the Greek god Apollo. Each one is a little key to unlock parts of the story. So let's play.
Give me 1 second, Kelly. Can you all see the screen?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay.
Okay. First, the user scans the info card, which triggers information about the game. Then, they choose which replica to explore first, since each one represents an independent activity. Here, the Parthenon replica is scanned, triggering a multimedia display about the temple, its architects, history, and fun facts. Next, the system automatically launches a short sequence of true or false questions, turning the interaction into a multi-step learning experience. As you can see, LED indicators and audio feedback guide the user after each answer, making the experience clear. Okay, we don't have the sound, but now let's see what the Apollo will reveal. Scanning his replica triggers a sequence of riddles about the 9 muses, where users must match each riddle to the correct muse, and if they need a little help, they can use the hint card for some clever tips. The activity wraps up when all 9 muses have been correctly identified, giving us a fun and interactive way to explore Greek mythology. Okay, so it's Mentimeter time. Your feedback is really important. Let's get started with your thoughts. Do you have any previous experience with digital storytelling? Okay. Okay.
I can say we have black canvases here, Kelly, today. A lot of people.
Yeah.
But also a lot of people, but a significant amount.
A nice mix.
Yes.
Okay. This will make the discussion more dynamic.
Yes. It's coming closer to a
Okay.
balance. But now we can move on to the next part. Let's see.
Which type of experience do you find most interesting? It's the autonomous info point mode, as we said earlier. The portable museum digital kit, where you can set it, the institution can set it to other institutions, collaborative institutions, schools, personalized tours with wearables, where the visitor maybe could get a character or a treasure hunt mode. Okay.
Yes, I'm sure
I see the portability of the kit really stands out.
yes.
And yeah, personalized tour, it's a great way for non-linear exploration.
Would you say, Kelly, what you showed us with the example with the muses, under which category would it fall? So people can understand mostly. Would it be
It
a
could
portable
be,
digital kit?
okay, if we take the partner as an example, it would be an info point mode. Because we have separated independent activities, it could be either a treasure hunt, finding some infos about its game, its activity. A portable digital kit, of course, could be. Depends on how we connect the activities. Okay, I see portable digital kit wins.
People want to take their box around.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Okay. Do you have any other game options in mind that could be supported? So here we want your opinion about what gamification the device could support, beside what it already does. Okay, role-based challenges, puzzles.
I think a lot of people want to play D&D or role-played games with the box, but also puzzles to experiment too.
Okay.
Okay. Some
Fantastic.
people are interested in the sentence completion as well.
Okay. Lot of potential for adding new ways.
Yes. I think you should really think about the role-based challenges.
Yeah. I'm also thinking about that. Okay.
A lot of applications in that. I can start imagining as well. I want to have my own role, and the box can understand me. So, shall we move on?
Okay. Yes, let's proceed.
Yes, it's good.
And
So
see
to see some
some
use case.
applications in practice. Great. As a first use case, let's look the digital museum kit, Enter Elderly, from the Hellenic IT Museum, designed for elder people with little or no experience in technology. Its goal is to familiarize seniors with the evolution, of course, of technology, while highlighting the benefits and risks of internet use. There was 2 learning scenarios for beginners and intermediate users. The kit delivered in a metal case and includes the box, 5 replicas representing devices, cards, instructions, and supporting material like postcards for some extra fun after the game. Next, we can see the Enter Elderly kit set up in 2 different contexts. On the left, the device, the next slide. No, it's the previous.
Is it this one you're referring to, Kelly? This is
No, we lost the slide. Okay,
we
but
lost
it's
the
okay.
slide. We can
Yes,
find
maybe.
it. If there is something that accidentally happened, we can retrieve it now. Or maybe you're referring to this? No, this is a different one.
No. It's this one. This one.
It's this one. Yes.
Great. Yes.
I went too fast before in my presentation, so let's
it's okay.
continue again with this
No
one.
problem.
Yeah. Of course.
On the left, the device is installed in the museum, allowing visitors to interact on site. And on the right, the kit is shipped to senior care facilities, bringing the same interactive learning experience directly to the participants. So let's see the pictures with the people using the box. Okay, this one, yes. As you can see in the pictures, participants interact with the device, exploring the digital content and enjoying the learning experience. Great. Let's move forward. Another example is the collaboration with the music library Lilian Voudouri at the Megaron Athens Concert Hall and Peripatos. Together, they created a digital educational kit focused on the life and work of the Greek composer Nikos Kalkotas, as well as an introduction to tonal and atonal music. The goal here was to present this unique historical and musical content in an accessible, engaging, and visual appealing way. Next. Okay. Through videos, pictures, music samples, games, and interactive activities, students can explore and discover the creative and brilliant personality of Nikos Kalkotas. As you can see in the pictures, we have photographs, we have some music, text. The next slide, we can see some educational material. The experience was supported by digital educational material designed to help participants understand the subject. These included suggested activities that could be carried out in the classroom. And of course, we have Mentimeter again. We would love to hear your feedback. Have you ever used a similar interactive device? I'm really curious.
I don't see a lot of blue coming up.
Okay.
Okay, we've created a pie now.
Okay, many of you are new to this type of experience. I hope this will be a great opportunity to try it out. Okay.
Okay, I can see. Okay, the
So
vast
I'm guessing
majority.
the next question. Yeah.
Yes. I think we can move on to the next question. Nothing really is going to change. Only if really experienced users just come and dominate.
Okay.
Right now.
Three users
so far
had a similar experience with an interactive device. Okay, great. So the three of you, could you please tell us which one, in what context?
Let's see if we can engage these three responders. These three participants have had similar. You can either respond to the institution that you experience this interactive device, maybe the theme of the experience that you've had with the interactive device, if it's a well-known commercial one, just and maybe it can also be MuseotekBox if you've had experience with that before. Mesh
Okay.
EU projects. Okay.
Okay.
By any chance, if you remember which is the name of the EU project, it will be really helpful. You can always, after
All the
you've submitted
content.
after you've submitted your responses, you can see on Mentimeter that there is an option to send a comment that you can specify when you respond other or more general responses. So
Okay.
yeah,
It's a little bit
I
tough, this one.
I think yes. I think we can
Okay.
move on and leave the
Let's
things to the
proceed. Yes.
imagination. Yes.
Yes. Which features maybe matter most to you? And as you can see, it's the physical object interaction, as we said, with cards and replicas. The multi-sensory feedback. It's a really useful response because we can have LED signals and sounds, making the experience more accessible and inclusive, and of course the immersive multimedia. Okay.
We
Okay.
have been sent the link also to the mesh project. It was actually called mesh project. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much. Yes.
Really useful.
Yes,
Okay.
it was a very old project, actually, 2010, 2012.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Maria. I can recognize the voice even if I cannot see you.
I cannot see me because I have my camera on.
No, I'm presenting, that's why.
This is the reason. Okay.
This is the reason. Yes.
Okay.
Of course.
It seems that physical object interaction really sparks curiosity.
Yes, I guess we have a big win on the phygital, the physical aspect of this. This is our only component in the UNICHE consortium that has a very physical interaction, right? Yes. So the rest is in the digital, virtual XR realm. Okay.
Okay.
So let's move on.
So now, are there any new types of interaction we wish existed? You could suggest on how you imagine the MuseotekBox evolving.
So far, the interactions that you have available, could you tell us a little bit again so we can reiterate? Kelly?
Yes, of course. You can interact with physical object and take a response with, as we said, LED, with lights, sounds, and multimedia. And of course, multimedia could be an animation, a picture, text, as we saw at the demo. Okay, with archives files, with other users.
Okay.
Okay, that's a good point. 3D augmentation.
Possibly,
Okay.
I can imagine the 3D augmentation could take a lot of routes. Maybe having like a HoloLens or a 3D projection. I don't know. 3D augmenting the object that you have interacted with. See?
Okay, with other users.
So it's not only being a single experience, being an interactive, collaborative experience, where maybe I can
That's a good
relate
point.
it. I can
because
relate it
it
actually,
is in
Kelly,
our
with
roadmap.
in the role. I see that a lot of people responded role
Yes.
based. So maybe users are really interested to have a personalized experience to collaborate through the box or play against each other or yeah, something like that. Shall we move on?
Yeah, that's,
I think.
yes, I think we.
Okay. Okay. So we needed to keep a
New
little
input.
bit time. Yes.
So, voice interaction.
Okay.
Personally, natural language. Okay, record on stories. Okay, interaction between on-site and remote, yeah. Box with movements, record on stories from teacher or parents or guides. 3D projections would be really nice too.
Okay.
Okay, it's really exciting to see your input.
Yes, actually, the movement part. So far, you MuseotekBox can only work with QR or some sort of labels that the
With
objects
NFC
have.
tags, yes.
With NFC tags, yes. Okay.
Okay, great.
Okay. Also, the translation part. I see a sneak peek to next questions that we have so far.
Yes.
Okay, we'll move on then.
Okay, let's take a closer look of how the MuseotekBox will evolve through a UNICHE project. And here our main goal is to make the box even more flexible and collaborative. The existing no-code authoring tool is being further developed so that non-technical users can design digital scenarios and define object-based interactions with the device. Collaboration is a key focus, as multiple users and teams will be able to work and play with the box, while the management platform will support parallel configuration and content design. For future developments also includes integration with other UNICHE tools, a version adapted for STEM learning, AI-assisted content creation and automation, and integration with the ECOS repository. Okay. Now let's take a look at some mock-ups of the upcoming authoring tool. It will feature a friendly, intuitive interface designed to empower educators, facilitators, and cultural professionals to create meaningful, use-centered experiences without any technical background required. The visual flow builder will let users see their entire experience as a map of connected pages, as shown in the picture. They will be able to drag pages around, link them with trigger events to define the user journey, and pan or zoom to navigate even large projects with ease. This will make it easy to structure complex experiences visually, so users can instantly see how all the different elements and interactions fit together. On the next slide, no, we have it. This was the previous, okay. We need the page editor slide. This one, yes. Of course, there will be a page editor. We'll let users craft the content of each page in detail. Users will be able to set up RFID triggers, navigate between pages, add rich content like texts, images, videos, buttons, or quiz, and easily adjust the layout from typography and colors to spacing for different devices such as TV, tablets, or kiosks. A live preview will also be available so users can see exactly how the page will look and make sure the final experience matches the design. On the preview module, yes, users will test their project without needing access to the physical hardware. They will be able to simulate RFID scans to test navigation flows, switch between landscape from portrait or other aspect ratios, and make sure all interactions work smoothly before deploying the experience. This will make it easy to fine-tune scenarios and catch any issues early, saving time and effort during setup. And some feedback again. Would it be useful to integrate AI features into the authoring tool? I believe so. You're ready. Okay, nice to have so far. Okay. Nice to
I
have.
see in the edge of AI, nobody is responding, no opinion or not important.
All of us value the use of AI tools.
Yeah. Making our lives easier in some aspects. Okay.
Okay.
I'll move on.
Yes. Can you choose which AI functionalities would you find most useful in the authoring tool? Rank your answers from the most valuable to the least. Okay. Okay, yes, generated content could really enrich the narrative.
For those who have responded other, please give us your input through a comment so we can test and see your suggestions. I assume that you have something else in mind that will be useful. Experience concepts. Okay.
Okay.
So I guess something similar to activity design, but as a general more experience. Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay. It's really important having AI support during the design process.
I guess multimedia is further down because we have a lot of other modules that work well, and you can get models from different places.
Okay.
Okay, let's move on.
And would you expect the authoring environment to have collaborative features? It's a multiple choice, but you already answered in the previous questions. Okay, yes, collaboration features could add a new dimension to the authoring tool. Co-creation across institutions. Okay.
Oh, somebody wants to work solo.
Not yet.
More solo. But I think the vast majority really would like to share the design and creation.
Okay.
Okay. Let's move on.
And the last, but not least, which ECC8 element would help you most during the experience creation? And we have some options available. You can choose what fits best for you.
Oh,
okay,
we have a
3D,
lot of...
3D models. Are really 3D models are really...
I guess people are thinking so far about 3D printing. Easily to create objects for interactions in MuseotekBox. That's one of my ideas.
Okay. And of course, historical images and documents.
Of course. Always nice to have multimedia from different cultural organizations, to have it accessible and to enrich every
3D models are really important. We had the experience. We were glad the Museo Galileo shared an artifact, an astrolab, and it had so many components during 3D printing. So if we hadn't the 3D model, it would be really difficult to print out.
Okay.
Okay.
A structured package of the artifact, complete with multimedia assets, text, la la la. Okay, good.
Okay. Thank you for your input. All these suggestions are very helpful for guiding future development. With that, let's move on to an open Q&A session. We are ready now to answer any questions you may have about iGuide and the MuseotekBox.
Okay, so whoever has a question, please address it in the chat or in the Q&A or create a post. I already see some people starting to question. So if I see it well in sequence, I have a question first from Sofia Poskarin for Vasilis for Mobix. And it says, can I know which technology do you use for the mobile application? How do you move from the CMS to the mobile app? Vasilis?
Yeah, yes. Actually, we are relying mostly on web-based technologies because they are much more easier to and faster to develop applications with them. They do not lack any features or maturity. So we use such applications and then we wrap them inside of native mobile frameworks in order to publish the final mobile applications to the stores.
Okay. Just as a little bit of interjection, while people are listening to the Q&A section, we please ask you to fill up our links for evaluating this webinar and most importantly, filling up a requirements questionnaire for building up the unique suite. It's really important to have your feedback, and through these webinars, by learning all the technologies, you get more information as to filling up this requirements questionnaire. If you have filled it up, you don't need to fill it up again. It's the same form as you have seen in the previous webinars for people that have and I posted the links in the chat. So let's move on to our next question that I see Vasilis has already responded to, but I'm going to reiterate it again for the rest of the audience. Is it open source? And I'll address this question to Vasilis and to Kelly respectively later. So Vasilis?
Yes, currently the technology is not open source. We have used it in several commercial projects, but in the form that will take within the unique context with all these additions and so on, it will be opened to the public as requested by the Cultural Heritage Cloud and Echoes. This is a basic requirement for all deliverables and tools produced from this initiative. So yes, during the course of the project will be opened.
Okay, and for Kelly, could you tell us a little bit more about the open source state of MuseotekBox? Kelly?
We cannot hear you.
Maybe you
I'm
have
sorry.
muted.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, there will be for the authoring tool. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There is a no-code authoring tool this very moment, and we're going to develop this one for non-technical users.
So is it going to be openly available for people? Is it open source?
Yes, of course, it is open source. And it will be available for non-technical users.
Yeah, it's a foreground of the project, so
Mm-hmm.
it will be open.
Okay. So I will move on to the next question from Barbara Naroka. Where or to which email addresses could I send more detailed feedback regarding all the tools presented during the webinars? Barbara, I'll send you a link and to whoever is interested to fill up a form if you're interested for a follow-up interview. Please, of course, fill up the requirements questionnaire first, and we can have a follow-up interview if you wish. And we can address every of your feedback and give your valuable input recorded. And whoever wants to have a follow-up interview, listening through the webinars and has some input from their organization and from the cultural heritage background, we will really appreciate it. Please sign up in this form for a follow-up interview, other than already signing in the technical specifications. Okay, so next question from our partner, Elena Fani from Museo Galileo. Do you foresee interaction or complementarity between the Story Maker and iGuide, and between also maybe MuseotekBox and Story Maker and iGuide? So I guess I'll address the first component to Vasilis, and then the second component to Kelly.
Yes, in a sense that iGuide and StoryMaker produce, let's say, mobile applications. There is an investigation in the project whether there could be some complementarity in terms of the final application or the authoring environment. This is something that will be considered. Now, regarding at least for iGuide and Museotek, I don't know. I think my view is that since such, let's say, phygital, as we call it, applications and devices are more or less new to the organizations, the institutions, maybe it will be more complex to design scenarios that put together different types of interactions with personal devices, with let's say commonly used devices for everyone as MuseotekBox. It is a more difficult exercise, I believe, but it is surely interesting to check.
Thank you, Vasilis. I guess in your answer you have included MuseotekBox. So Kelly, I don't know if you want to add anything more.
No. Vasilis covered our section too.
Okay, and from Elena, I have another question again. In iGuide, is there gonna be an AI agent that adapts explanations in real time to visitors' age and language, using high-quality institution-provided content with on-the-fly translation and simplified text audio. So simplifying it is going to be an on-the-fly agent to personalize content to visitors' age and language. Is there something that we have thought of in our guide?
Yes, because we are currently building applications, for example, with archaeological museums, as I described earlier. When it comes to the actual text or narration and even the translations, at least our partners in Greece are very, very careful. So adapting on the fly, for example, descriptions of archaeological exhibits is maybe considered risky for archaeologists. This is a possibility, of course. This is technically feasible, but we have to consider if there are some restrictions to this. If, for example, it could be okay for some museums, while others are more careful with the actual content provided by the application and so on. It is feasible and not very difficult to implement, I believe. But we have to consult with the end users and the curators whether this is really needed, or as initially let's say proposed in UNICHE, we used AI agents in order to prepare content that will be put as is in the application. So maybe this adaptation process can also take place at, let's say, authoring time and not at runtime when the user actually uses the application. It is a debate and a trade-off we should consider.
Okay. I see that Elena has, and the museum that she's representing have the same doubts, and maybe they would like to give it a try. While we're waiting for more questions, I would like to advertise our next two webinars. We are still at our third webinar that is on Thursday, 22nd of January. Tomorrow, we're gonna have our next webinar, our fourth webinar for AI as your cultural assistant, where the team of Into will be presenting their AI solutions and their vision for AI in the UNICHE project. And on the 28th of January, 5 days later, we're going to be having our final webinar, which is going to be presented jointly by the Athena Research Center and Leopoli. And they're going to be presenting the 360 technologies that we have in our consortium and the solutions that they offer, called Step Inside the Story, Immersive 360 XR Experiences. So please, yes, in these webinars, join, because first and foremost, we need your feedback. We want real user needs to create useful, practical applications to provide a unique suite that is useful and practical for CH practitioners. And also, by being part of these webinars, you get a first sneak peek through all our consortium's technologies to be able to be best prepared for the open call that's going to come, a funded open call for different third parties, organizations that can bring out the best fitting idea for their organizations to promote their artifacts and their collections and testing out the unique technologies. I don't see any other movement in the chat. I don't know if Vasilis or Kelly, would you like to address any questions more? I mean, we've addressed a lot of questions today to our participants through Mentimeter.
Maybe I would like to comment something. I saw that in one of the questions about the collaborative features of authoring tools in MuseotekBox. I saw that it was quite popular, the response about cross-institution collaboration. This is something very interesting to explore, I believe. I think it's one of the objectives to foster such collaboration for the cultural heritage cloud. It is really, I believe it is a new approach for most of us that we have developed so far applications for single organizations. And it would be useful if we could have more requirements through these questionnaires. You shared the links on such topics, how such, let's say, collaboration could be performed, or some ideas about such collaboration for the design of a new experience and things like this.